Good afternoon, everybody. A little bit of a different time for me today. I'm doing this a little bit on the later side. Normally, I try to get them in between 9 and 10, but I am on Breck's shift tonight. He's on vacation, so I am going to be doing the 4 and the 5 and the 9. So I just wanted to give you a little PM update. The majority of the heavier storms moving throughout the Uintas have already passed. It is overall going to be a pretty chill evening, cool starting temperatures into early tomorrow morning. I wanted to give you a look at that. Tomorrow is going to be fairly calm, but then there does look like there is going to be a substantial storm system that will be impacting the southwest corner of the state come Friday and then into Saturday, maybe a little bit for the valleys. I don't think it's going to be anything to cancel our plans over for the weekend, but I just wanted to give you an early look at what's going on. So let's get going. Let's pop up what's currently still on that severe weather outlook, but honestly, the severe weather risk appears to have shifted eastward. So, really not talking anything major for the rest of the evening. So, that low that's going to continue to exit the area. We're getting the back end of that still with a few of those higher terrain showers. What is happening? And then we are really going to start to see that high pressure build back in for your Thursday. So that overall is going to be the dominating pattern for our Thursday. And then a low will approach from the west, and that is going to be giving us those showers come Friday. So that's an omega block. Low, high, low. Well, hi. So we're hanging on to that sunshine. Really gorgeous night. If you have any evening plans, go ahead. Take advantage of the night. Great day for a PM run, a PM walk. Maybe you can get in a quick hike whenever you get home. So tomorrow, we are going to start to see that head of that main line. We're going to start off with some high fair weather clouds, and then we're going to get those low clouds that are going to billow up, and that's all in anticipation for this system that will be continuing to track eastward for the next 36 hours. So Thursday night, just dealing with some higher terrain showers. We'll start to see them form over the Tusher Range come early Friday. And then this line, that line is going to be moving through. So the HER model makes it look pretty substantial. Already starting to see those deeper reds and oranges indicative of some potential strong to maybe severe thunderstorms within that. As of right now, we are not on the severe thunderstorm warning, but that could definitely change from now until Friday. Good morning, Daniel. Thanks for good evening. Good afternoon. I never know what time it is. There's no windows in the studio, so it could be 2 a.m., it could be 2 p.m., and I have no idea. So this is Friday afternoon, that line. So this model only goes out 48 hours, which is why we have a long range model called the Euro. Okay. So we can see that low sitting over the Dakotas. Not our problem anymore. Bye, low. So you can see that little bit of that high building in, but it's not going to last around long because we're going to have that low. Starting to see some showers early Friday. Come Saturday, still hanging on to it. So Saturday, that's where we're going to open up the possibility. Saturday, late morning, we're going to open up the possibility for additional happy Wednesday. I was going to say happy Valley because he said happy Wednesday in the comments, but and then I was going to say Valley. We're not in Penn State, Maddie. I lost my train of thought. Let me go back. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that high is going to build shortly, and then come Thursday evening, looking pretty mild into early Friday. We're going to start to see those showers. They're going to move in from the southwest, push to the northeast. Friday, dealing with some higher terrain showers. Late morning, early afternoon, Saturday, starting to pick up some valley rain. And then all along that I-15 corridor, midday Saturday, seeing some showers. Definitely nothing to cancel our plans over, but we are going to want to hang on to the fact that We could be getting some valley showers Saturday afternoon. By Monday, very similar pattern to actually what we've been dealing with over the past 3 weeks, I think, where we spend the first half of our weekend mild, dry, and warm, and then we get a low that brings in the chance for some showers, severe thunderstorms. It clears out by early Sunday, starts our week over again. It's this pattern that we've just held on to. And we'll take a look at some precipitation chances. So we're really not going to deal with anything up until about Friday morning. In the event of a severe thunderstorm, we will be getting more, but really on average, it looks like a few hundredths of an inch. But once again, I would expect more in the event of a severe thunderstorm, which with this system, definitely a possibility. I'll show you tonight's lows. It is going to get rather chilly this evening. Okay, here we go. Tonight's lows. Okay. Chilly. The city will be dipping down to the mid to upper 50s. Really been feeling that in the mornings. I have not wanted to be getting up, but today was fine because I didn't have to get up until a little bit later on, which it was so nice to sleep in. Let me tell you. Temperatures dipping down to anywhere from the upper 30s to the low 70s. The state is so funny. Every day it's dealing with 4 different climates. I'm exhausted, truly. Milford starting off in the 40s, same for Delta, Vernal, Park City, Evanston, 35. Low 50s for Blanding, low 70s for Bullfrog, mid to upper 60s for St. George, mid to upper 50s for Ogden, Salt Lake, Wendover. Yeah. You want to see the 7-day? Okay. So we're going to start to warm up with that high pressure building in for your Thursday, Friday. Dip down a little bit with that low, but it's not, it's so whenever they come from the northwest, they pack a punch. That's when we see the strong gusty winds. That's when we see that cooler air. That's normally when we see more severe weather for the northern mountains, but this is coming in from the west and then eventually the southwest. So it's not really going to pack that back end cool down. So we're pretty much going to hang on to our heat. That was a convoluted way of saying we're not going to go anywhere with those temperatures. Low to mid 80s and then trending warmer, looks like. Okay, so the temperatures, some models want to hang on to the upper 70s, low 80s, actually early this week, into early next week, but there are other models that want to shoot those temps up to the upper 80s, which makes me think that if it wants to cool down, there is another low behind that high, but I'm not convinced. And then we'll be spending the next couple of nights in the mid to upper 50s and then dipping down to the low 60s. All right, everybody, showtime in 5 minutes. So if you want to catch your full forecast, I'll be there. I'll be there for the 4, the 5, and the 9. And if you missed a little bit of this, but you want to see the rest of it, you can go ahead and rewind when I post it because you can do that. Jose says, I see a fall storm by the 27th. How does that look? 27th is a little bit of a ways out. That's 10 days. So he must be using Weather Bell or Pivotal Model or some other type of weather software. I don't want to go that far out because really a lot can happen in 10 days. But I'll keep you posted as it changes, obviously. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great night. I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll be here. I'm doing break shift tomorrow as well, so 1:30 to 10. So I will so I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, everybody. Have a good one.